All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive on some pretty interesting strategies for defining your dreams and setting yourself up for success.
Oh, cool.
We found this business development expert with some really cool insights. And I think this will really resonate with anybody listening who has big goals,
right.
whether they're financial goals or just, wanting to live a more fulfilling life in general.
Yeah. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah. And so much of what we talk about in terms of, success is about, being really clear on what you want and intentional.
Absolutely.
Like you can't just, wish for things. You have to really define those dreams to make them feel real and attainable.
And that's where this source, I think, gets super interesting. They really emphasize the importance of writing your dreams down.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, they suggest writing them in the present tense, like they're already happening.
Oh, wow.
Like it's so interesting.
That's wild.
Right. So you might be thinking okay, is this just some self-help mumbo jumbo?
Yeah. But there's actual science behind it.
Really?
Yeah. When you write something like, I am debt-free, or, I own my dream home.
Right.
You're actually kind of rewiring your brain.
Oh.
Studies have shown that this type of language can actually shift your mindset from hoping to believing, and it activates those neural pathways that lead to action.
So it's like you're almost tricking your subconscious into thinking like it's already achieved the goal.
Exactly.
I can see how that would be a powerful motivator.
Yeah, and it gets even wilder. The source also talks about taking this visualization a step further.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about picturing your dream, but actually experiencing it with all your senses.
Oh, wow.
Really feeling it.
That's intense.
Yeah, they even give this example of going to a store and interacting with your desired item as if you already own it.
Oh, wow.
Let's say you've been eyeing this, massive 8K TV.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine walking into that high-end electronics store and just testing it out. Okay, I'm already there. I'm picturing myself sinking into this plush leather couch, feeling the cool air from the surround sound system, and watching my favorite team score a winning goal in this crystal clear detail.
Exactly. You're not just seeing it, you're feeling it, you're hearing it.
Yeah.
You're creating this full-blown sensory experience.
Wow.
And according to the source, that kind of emotional connection that's rocket fuel for your goals.
Yeah.
It's what keeps you going when you hit those inevitable roadblocks.
Totally.
Because you will hit roadblocks.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's not always going to be easy.
Okay, this is all making a lot of sense to me, but I got to be honest.
Right.
I'm the type of person who lets negativity creep in sometimes. That happens when those doubts start whispering in my ear.
Right. You've just hit on such a crucial point, and the source actually calls out those negative voices as dream stealers.
Dream stealers?
Yeah, it's pretty vivid language.
Wow.
But I think it really gets the point across. Negativity can be so toxic.
Yeah.
When you're trying to achieve something big. Oh, yeah.
It's like lead in your coffee.
Ouch. That's a strong image. But I get what you mean. I've definitely had those moments where someone, even with good intentions, throws cold water on my ideas.
Right.
It's so deflating.
It can be.
So how do we deal with those dream stealers?
Yeah.
Without, becoming hermits?
Right. So the source is a huge advocate for surrounding yourself with supportive people.
Oh.
And not just any supportive people, but those who have their own dreams.
Oh.
Individuals who radiate that positive energy.
Yeah.
And inspire you to reach higher.
It's like that saying, if you want to go fast, go alone.
Right.
If you want to go far, go together.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're talking about creating a whole ecosystem of support.
Exactly.
But I'm curious, how does being around other dreamers actually boost your own success?
Well, what's so fascinating is the source emphasizes this reciprocal nature of this support system.
Yeah.
It's not just about receiving encouragement, it's also about giving it back.
Oh.
When you actually help other people achieve their goals.
Oh, wow.
It reinforces your own commitment and fuels your own motivation.
I love that it's this positive feedback loop. You're feeding off each other's energy, celebrating each other's wins, and just pushing each other to grow.
Yeah. And think about this. It's not just about personal dreams. The source encourages us to apply this same concept to family or team goals as well.
Now that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
So we're talking about shared dreams.
Yeah.
Like family vacations, maybe starting a business together, or even just, creating a more peaceful home environment.
Exactly. It's about taking that same process of defining, visualizing and supporting,
Yeah.
and applying it to a collective vision.
I love that.
Like imagine a family working together. Everybody's visualizing that dream vacation, and then they start taking those small steps to make it happen.
Oh, that gives me chills. It's
Yeah.
like creating a shared vision board in your mind,
Yeah.
but it's even stronger because you've got everybody's energy focused on the same goal.
Right. Okay, but before we get too carried away with family vacations, let's circle back to the individual level for a sec. The source seems to really emphasize repetition when it comes to writing down those dreams.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They specifically talk about like reading your dreams over and over again, almost to the point where they become embedded in your subconscious.
Interesting. I can see how that might be helpful, but why is that so crucial?
Well, it's fascinating because repetition really acts as a bridge between your conscious desires and those like deeper subconscious beliefs.
Okay.
Think of it this way. The more you expose your mind to these positive affirmations, like I am financially free, I'm living my dream life,
Right.
the more likely your brain is to actually accept them as truth.
Oh, wow. It's like you're training your brain to focus on the positive outcomes
Yeah.
instead of dwelling on those what-if fears that can hold us back.
Exactly. And it goes hand in hand with those visualization techniques we talked about earlier. By repeatedly engaging with your dreams, both visually and through those written affirmations, you're strengthening those neural pathways that lead to belief.
Right. And ultimately action.
It's like this powerful combo of mindset and action working together to get us where we want to go.
That's it. That's the magic formula.
And that's ultimately what fuels the journey, right?
Yeah.
Because let's be real, achieving big dreams rarely happens overnight.
For sure. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks, maybe even some detours along the way.
Oh, tell me about it. I've definitely had my share of those faceplant moments where I'm questioning everything.
But here's the thing. When you have that deep emotional connection to your dream, it's like an anchor that keeps you grounded. It reminds you why you started in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
And it gives you the strength to push through those tough times.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
If we had to distill all of this down to some key takeaways for our listeners, where would we start?
Well, first and foremost, get crystal clear about those dreams. Write them down in the present tense as if they're already happening.
Yes.
And don't hold back on the details. The more vivid that picture, the better. And don't stop at writing them down. Engage all those senses. Visualize yourself living that dream. Feel the joy, the excitement, the sense of accomplishment.
Right, and remember, you're not on this journey alone. Surround yourself with those supportive people, those fellow dreamers who will lift you up and inspire you to keep going.
Absolutely. Help them achieve their goals, and they'll help you achieve yours. It's that beautiful synergy we were talking about.
Exactly, and finally protect those dreams. Like they're the most precious thing you possess. Steer clear of those dream stealers, those negative voices that try to dim your shine.
Okay, I love that protect your dreams. So inspiring. But I have to ask, what about those times when our dreams evolve or we realize that what we thought we wanted isn't actually fulfilling it? What does the source say about navigating those shifts?
That's such a great question, and you're right. Life is dynamic. Our dreams are allowed to change and grow along with us.
So it's not about being rigid or inflexible. It's about having that clear vision, but also being open to those new possibilities that might pop up along the way.
Exactly. Sometimes those unexpected detours lead us to something even more amazing than we initially envisioned.
I love that. So even if we hit a roadblock or our path takes an unexpected turn, it doesn't mean our dreams are over. It's just an opportunity to recalibrate and maybe even discover a new dream we hadn't considered before.
That's the beauty of it all. This approach isn't just about achieving specific goals. It's about cultivating a mindset of growth, possibility, and resilience.
Okay, so let's just say someone's listening to this and they're feeling totally pumped up. They've defined their dream, they're visualizing it, they've got their support system in place. What's the next step? What's that one piece of advice you'd give to someone who's ready to take action? What's that one piece of advice you'd give to someone who's ready to take action?
I think the biggest hurdle for most people is that feeling of being overwhelmed.
Oh, yeah.
We get so caught up in how big our dream is that we freeze up, you know?
Yeah.
So the key is to break it down into smaller, more manageable steps.
Okay, that makes sense. So instead of looking at the whole mountain, we're looking for those little footholds that'll help us get to the top one step at a time.
Exactly. And those steps don't have to be these grand gestures or anything.
Right.
It could be as simple as making a phone call, researching a course, or even just blocking off time in your schedule to focus on your goal.
So even something as simple as setting aside like 15 minutes each day to brainstorm or work on that dream project can make a difference.
Absolutely. It's all about consistency and momentum.
Yeah.
The more you chip away at it, even in those small increments, the more you'll start to see progress. And that's incredibly motivating.
It's like that saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Exactly.
But I think a lot of us get discouraged if we don't see those big sweeping changes right away.
That's why it's so important to celebrate those small wins along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory.
Yeah.
It validates your commitment and fuels your motivation to keep going.
I love that it's like those little mini celebrations along the way are giving you those bursts of energy you need to keep climbing. What are some other ways we can keep that momentum going?
Accountability is huge.
Oh, yeah.
Sharing your goals with someone you trust, maybe a friend, a mentor, or even a family member, can make a world of difference.
Right.
Knowing that someone else is in your corner cheering you on, and maybe even checking in on your progress, can be so powerful.
Oh, for sure. I know when I tell someone about a goal I'm working on, I'm way more likely to actually follow through.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
I've made this unspoken commitment, not just to myself, but to them as well.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask for help or support along the way.
Yeah.
No one achieves their dreams in isolation. We all need a little guidance, encouragement, and maybe even a kick in the pants sometimes.
It's true. We've all got those moments where we need someone to remind us what we're capable of. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought-provoking question. Now that you've defined your dream, you've visualized it, felt that emotional connection, and maybe even taken that first step,
Yeah.
what if your dream is bigger than you? What if it's calling you to something that serves a purpose beyond your own personal gain? How would that change your approach?
Wow, that's a powerful question. It really makes you realize that achieving our dreams isn't just about personal fulfillment.
Right.
It's about the impact we have on the world around us.
Exactly. Maybe that dream job isn't just about the paycheck, but about the positive change you can create. Or that family vacation isn't just about relaxation, but about creating those lasting memories and strengthening those bonds that'll carry you through life.
It's about aligning your dreams with your values and recognizing that your journey can inspire others to pursue their own dreams.
And who knows, maybe by chasing those big, audacious dreams, we end up creating a ripple effect that impacts the world in ways we never could have imagined.
Now that's something to think about.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you found it insightful, inspiring, and maybe even a little bit life-changing.
Until next time, keep dreaming big, keep taking action, and keep believing in the power of those dreams to shape your reality.